Good morning. Just wanted to come on here and kind of talk a little bit about thinking for yourself and bringing into your life what it is you want for yourself. Um, Lately, I've been listening to spiritual leaders, specifically Wayne Dyer, and really have been gaining different perspectives, a new perspective on life. I think so many times we've allowed the world to think for us or other people to think for us, and we never really had to think for ourselves. So when it comes to thinking for yourself, it's different. It's something that's new, because we've been conditioned and trained to just go along with whatever the status quo is, whatever you know is the trend for what you wear, whatever is the latest, for as far as health trends, fashion styles, as far as just what pretty much what they have in your face, as far as like commercials, advertisements, whatever is being marketed. And you pretty much are, listening to what they're saying, and they're gaining you by maybe a little snag segment of what they said. And that draws you in to want to know more or want to buy what it is they're trying to sell or what it is they're trying to give you. But what I want to suggest to you today is to learn how to think for yourself, to learn what it is you want out of life and in life for yourself. Um, I'm learning this, and I'm recognizing the times and points of where I could have chose different, but I didn't, because I thought this is okay. Well, this is what God brought to me. This is what is for me. And so it's also understanding that God, being in harmony and in sync with God, doesn't mean you just have to accept everything that comes your way. It just means to be receptive to what He's wanting in that moment, in that time, in that place. And so just speaking about thoughts for yourself. And I can only give you examples of my life, and pretty much examples of some of the things I've heard. A real powerful story. I think it was from Patricia. I'm not sure what her last name is, but Wayne Dyer had did it on his show, and the lady had 5 chapters to write about her life on one sheet of paper. So one sheet like this. And so she did it, and she said, chapter 1, she walked down the street. There was a hole. She fell in it, and it took forever to get out. Chapter 2, she walked down this same street, saw the hole, still felt in the hole, still took forever to get out. Chapter 3, she walked down this same street. She was aware of the hole being there, fell in it, got right back out of it. Chapter 4, she walked down the same street, saw the hole, chose to go around it, and continued to walk on. Chapter 5, she went down the same street. No, she didn't go down the same street. This time in chapter 5, she chose to go down a different street. So just to explain what that means to me is, starting off as kids, you're only passed down pathologies or whatever your parents knew, and whatever they taught you. So some things you're going to fall into based off of what was taught to you by your parents, or by the people that raised you, and by your community that you were raised in. Chapter 2, which we described, was she went down the street, fell in a hole, still took a long while to get out, but at least she recognized it was a hole. See, the first time she didn't recognize what she fell into. This time she recognized it, still fell in it, but it took a while to get out, because now it was learned behavior. Now she had to break some patterns within herself and to teach herself different, to break those habits. Chapter 3, she recognized the hole, saw it for what it was, still fell in it, because you naturally are gravitating to what your behaviors was or whatever you're used to. But it didn't take as long to get out this time because now she was more aware of what's going on. Chapter 4, she chose to walk around the hole. She didn't fall in it. She just walked around it. And then that's what you do with your life. When you get to a certain place in life, you don't have to keep falling into the same situations, falling into the same traps, whatever. You could choose to walk around it, handle it a totally different way. You don't have to try to ignore what's been there the whole time. You can just choose the different path, choose a different attitude about it, choose to handle it different. And then chapter 5 is so beautiful because it's simply her realizing she didn't have to go down that street. She didn't have to do it that way. This time she can choose for herself to go down a totally different street. So in your thinking, I want you to think like that. See your process like that, where make aware and make known to yourself, okay, I grew up this way. This is how I was brought up. This is what was given to me. Now that I recognize where I came from, who I came from, what things and habits I need to break, I get to break those. I get to choose different. And now I get to choose for myself with the help of God how I should handle it, which way I want to go. Also, when it comes to life, I want you to become aware of what it is you want out of life. My hardest thing in life for me has been the relationships when it comes to men. And for the most of my life, I just been allowing the guy that comes to me, that wanted the relationship, I just been letting him have it. Like, here's the relationship, cool. I think you're a cool person, cool. Let's see where it goes. But now that I'm a little bit wiser, I'm a little bit more understanding of what it is I want. This last situation, I actually, I saw the guy's heart. And it wasn't him coming to me. It wasn't him getting to choose for me. God placed it on my heart to see him, to choose him. And so, and God is still dealing with me with him because I still love him. But I was the one that chose this time. Not somebody choosing for me and not me just accepting any and everything. So in me choosing this, I also get to choose, how I want to deal with it, what I want out of it, what's to come from it. And so, it's been a difficult path, I would say, simply because when you get into relationships, you're learning the other person. It's some adapting that has to take place, and this is with anyone. So it's not going to be an easy path because it's two separate people coming together, and you're having to learn each other, behaviors, how each other reacts to certain things, what the beliefs of each other are, and if you guys are even compatible in a sense. And so in relationships, I would say when it comes to what you want, you get to choose. If it's turning into a toxic situation, you do get the right to say, this is not what I'm wanting out of life. This is not the route I was trying to go in. I do still love you. However, as of right now, for me, I choose different. Nobody has the power over you to make you be in a situation that you're uncomfortable with being in or is not for you at that point in time. God operates in timing, and if anything is forced or you have to manipulate it or anything, and it's just not free flowing for both parties, both sides, then at that point in time it's going to become toxic because you have to learn to love and respect each other. And if at any given time, if it's becoming disrespect, if it's becoming where it's not loving anymore, then at that point in time, space probably is needed. And, you ask God, you take your space back, ask God, okay, God, if this is what you showed me, if this is what you said, if this is my husband, if this is my wife, if this is where you have me to be, teach me how to love like you love. Teach me how to handle this situation, how you would handle this situation, because my heart is in it, my mind is in it, and this is something that I do see and want for myself. However, this is your child, not mine. And I am your child. So teach me how to go about this situation a little better. And so I think with that, you'll learn how to love on a different level, because it won't be it won't be a selfish love. It'll be more a compassionate love, and you'll have a heart for that person. And not even just dealing with this, but even with friendships outside of relationships, you'll learn to, okay, this person, maybe they had a bad day or off day, or maybe they're having a rough time in life right now and they don't know how to deal with me, or they don't know how to handle me, or they, they're just lashing out. So how can I be a better friend? How can I be a better lover? And how can I do it in God's way, in God's timing? And simply that answer is step back. Step back, be detach yourself from the situation or from the toxicity of that situation. Pray about it. Ask God how to handle it. And, don't hate the other person. Understand they're going through something right now and it's totally maybe out of their control because they're not aware of what's really going on. But pray for them. Send them love when God shows you or put it on your heart to send them love, and then detach yourself. And let go of the outcome is what I had to learn from Wayne Dyer. I had to let go of the outcome. My intention was great. It was to love them, to be there for them, to enjoy life with him, to experience life at a different level with him. However, I'm not his God. I'm not in control of him. Therefore, I have to let go of the outcome and understand that God is working things out just how they're supposed to be right now. And so with this, I hope you guys, gained a little bit from me, just to learn to think for yourself, and also know what it is you want out of life. And by what you want out of life, go for that. Break the habits that needs to be broken. And I hope you guys have a good day. Today is September the 28th. I almost said 27. I'm a day somewhere back there. But the September 28th. And I love you guys. And I hope this did help. Bye.